I'm Rebecca Shutter, and welcome to Solve Your Own Problems. In this video, we are going to talk about some meditation and grounding techniques that are extremely helpful if you deal with anxiety. So, not everybody is into meditation, but I really think that the benefits speak for themselves. It helps ground you, it helps with concentration, memory, really feeling connected to your body and in control of your body. And it can also really bring down your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone that is produced when you're feeling anxious. So we're going to do some really simple meditative techniques. You don't have to be good at meditation. You don't have to have a meditation room. A lot of this you can do anywhere. And then we're also going to go over a couple of grounding techniques. So one thing that I have learned about meditation is you can do it 5 minutes, you can do it an hour. You want to make sure that you're going to have thoughts that pass through your mind. Acknowledge them, let them be there for a minute, and then let them leave. Your goal is not to not think at all, but just to get a little bit better control of your thoughts. If you really struggle to get in the right headspace for meditation, there's a really cool technique you can do just to kind of quiet your mind. You put both hands on your legs. You can sit cross-legged or just regular in a chair. You can lay down. And you take your pointer fingers and you kind of want to just tap them back and forth several times just so you can kind of be aware of where they are. And then you let them be still. Close your eyes and you try to think about both fingers at the same time. And if you're doing this, what you'll notice is your eyes start to move back and forth while you're concentrating on each finger. This creates a type of hypnotic state that just kind of brings your brain down, calms your body down, and it also occupies your mind, so it's a lot harder to have those thoughts just kind of racing around in your head. You'll eventually get to a point where you can think about both fingers at the same time, and it's really hard for your brain to do anything else when that's happening. So this is just a great way to get your mind into the right headspace for meditation or refocus yourself if you find your mind wandering during meditation. You can listen to meditation music, classical music. It's best not to have any words in the music that you're listening to just because it's distracting, or you can do it with silence. You can also use a mantra that you either say out loud or in your head, something that is soothing, calming to you, or just something that's encouraging. The mantra that I like to use is sky above me, earth below me, and fire within me. So it helps me to remember that there are things out there that are bigger than me that I cannot control, but I am solidly planted on the ground, I'm grounded, I'm stable, and there's a fire that burns in me that really keeps me going and keeps my passion moving. It can be one word that you choose. Just really make sure it's something that helps you feel centered. So that is a great way to just kind of collect yourself. If you don't want to put your hands on your legs, you can put them in a prayer position. You can just put them in your lap, but you want to make sure that they're staying still and they're comfortable. Another thing that is important with meditation and really important all around is your breath. When we are anxious, we don't breathe the way that we need to. Our brain is not getting that oxygen. It's not getting the good muscle movements, and it's signaling to your brain that something is wrong because you're not able to breathe appropriately. So if you're doing it with meditation, that's great, but if you're in a public place and it's inappropriate to just sit down on the ground and start meditating, you can use the breathing techniques, and it's a little more subtle. So there's several different ones that work really well. And one that is extremely beneficial is called box breathing. So with box breathing, you want to just picture a little square and think about the top of the square, and you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. You're gonna, on this side of the square, hold it for 4 seconds. the bottom part of the square, you're going to breathe out for 4 seconds. And then this part of the square going up, you're gonna hold that for 4 seconds. It's gonna feel uncomfortable if you've never done it before. That's totally normal. It's just your lungs and your diaphragm getting used to that kind of movement. Just the more you practice it, the more comfortable it gets. If you get uncomfortable during the holding parts, you can make those a little bit shorter and work your way up to it. You can breathe in through your nose or out through your nose, or in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you're in a place where it's appropriate, you can make an audible sigh as you breathe out, and that just kind of helps relax you. You also want to watch out for your posture and your shoulders. We tense our shoulders up, our jaw, and our stomach really often when we are anxious. And that is going to signal, again, to your brain that something's wrong, that you're not relaxed. So it's really hard for your brain to relax when your body is telling it that it's not relaxed or it doesn't need to be relaxed. So just make sure you pay attention to your shoulders, your facial muscles, and your stomach muscles, and just let them relax. In order to help relax your stomach, you can breathe through your stomach. So it's gonna look a little funny, but as you're inhaling, if you push your stomach out and then completely empty it, that really helps with your diaphragm, and it'll help loosen those muscles. So those are just a few of the meditative techniques. And now I'm gonna go over one grounding technique that's extremely useful when you're needing to get yourself out of that anxious state or prevent a panic attack from occurring. This uses your 5 senses, but 2 of the senses, smell and taste, might not always be readily available. So you can just use 3 if you're in public, because it's kind of weird to just go around smelling things in public or licking things. That could cause more anxiety. But if you're at home, you want to use 5 senses, and for each one, you're going to experience 5 different things. So first, it's really easy to start with sight. You're going to list 5 things that you can see in detail. So I'm going to say I can see the burgundy couch that is, slanted or half couch or whatever you want to say. I can see the gray fuzzy carpet. 5 things you can see, and then go to your sound, your hearing. 5 things that you can hear, and then if you're at home and able to do it, you can do 5 things you smell. Essential oils are really helpful for this, so you just might smell different essential oils or lotion. Really take in the scent and just take a moment with each one. And then you can also do 5 things that you can taste. So you might, have a piece of an orange and then switch to something salty like a chip or an almond. Different textures, different tastes. And then the last one that really helps kind of solidify the grounding is 5 things you can touch. And you want to describe them to yourself. So I can feel the flowered designs that are raised on the couch. I can feel the soft material on my pants. And that kind of just gets the grounding completely solidified with your environment. So if you're in public and you can't taste and smell things, just use your 3 senses: sight, hearing, and touch. I hope that these several techniques were helpful. I will probably do some videos later on that get a little bit deeper into meditation and grounding, but this is just a good foundation to start with. And make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get those updates when those new videos come in. And I really appreciate you guys being here with me today. Please feel free to leave a comment about anything that you're wanting to learn about, or any questions that you have. I'd be happy to answer them. Just hit the subscribe button at the end and you'll get updates when my new videos are in. I appreciate you guys so much, and good luck with solving your own problems.